Hey everyone, it's Bev. We're going to make a top hat for our Mr. Bones. Look at him. Isn't he cute? So I'm going to turn this camera down and we're going to make him a top hat. Now this top hat is really easy. I've got a simple recipe for you guys. It's a little different than the top hats we've done before, but I think you guys are going to like this one. It's a lot easier. So the first thing you're going to need is a pool noodle. And you can get these at the Dollar Tree. So just get you, it doesn't matter what color, just get you a pool noodle, the standard size. I believe this one is it's the 2-inch. They also have them in a 4-inch, I think. But for this project, we're going to do the 2-inch. And you're going to cut off a 4-inch long piece. Okay, 4 inches long. Now we're going to take our ribbon. This is the ribbon that I got from Michaels, and the item number on here is 590639. And I've already cut 2 pieces. And what we're going to do is we're going to wrap this part of the, this is going to be the top hat, the top part. So we're going to wrap it, but we want to have a little bit hanging over, okay? Just a little bit hanging over. So I'm just going to start. It doesn't matter where you start. So I'm just going to put some glue right along there. And as long as you have some draping over right here, that's perfectly fine. And now I'm just going to pull it. And as I pull it, I'm just going to tack it down in a few places. Just run my glue back and forth. Now you don't want to pull it too tight because the stripes will get out of proportion. They'll get like, they'll look like they've been pulled on. So just put your glue on, work a little bit as you go. And just wrap this around, kind of tapping it. And then and then we're going to go right back to where we started. Put a little bit right here. Okay, so there's our first half that's wrapped. Now we're going to wrap the second half. And we're just going to take this one and just lay it right over. So again, we're just going to put some glue. I probably should not have done that. Make sure this hangs over just a little bit. Get these glue strings off of here. Try and keep this top piece as straight as possible. And so now we have our top part of our hat embellished, or go ahead and covered. So now what we're going to do is we're going to bring this down and just fold it in. And all we're going to do is just add some glue right along the edge. And just tap it down with your fingers. You might need to press it down just to get it to stick to the styrofoam. There we go. Now we're going to do the top part. Again, we're just going to run some glue right along the edge of the ribbon. And we're just going to fold it over. Make sure you don't burn your fingers because it is hot. We're going to turn this over and press on it as well. I do apologize. There is a guy going up and down my street on a little scooter and it sounds really loud. So if you hear something crazy in the background, that's just the scooter going up and down. All right. All right. So now the next thing you want to do is you want to get some cardboard. You want to cut a piece of cardboard out to fit the top, and you want a piece of cardboard that's going to fit the bottom. And you want your bottom piece of cardboard to extend out about 1/2 inch. Okay? And what I also did was I cut a circle out because I want this circle, when I place it on his head, I want that glue to really adhere to his hat. Or to his head, I mean. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to cover this piece. This is going to be for the top. As you can see, I made it a little bit smaller, and the reason why I did that was so this is kind of bulky, and I want to be able to cover that and not have the top part sticking out, sticking past it. So all you got to do is just put some glue all the way around the top. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this into a circle. Oh, and I did pull the wire out. That's something I forgot to tell you guys. You definitely want to pull the wire out. And then next, I'm just going to take some glue and go all the way around that fabric. Now I'm going to take it and just fold it inward. All right. And so now we have our top is covered. So now we're going to lay that right on top. So we're just going to take some glue, put that all the way around the outer edge and on the inside. We're just going to lay that right on top. Don't worry about if this doesn't come all the way to the edge because we're going to put some embellishments across here, so that's going to hide it. Okay, now next we're going to do the brim. Let me just get some of this off. Now the brim is really easy, guys. You're going to take your circle and you're going to leave the wire in. Give it a nice straight cut. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that that fabric goes just inside this line right here. Because when you lay this on top, what I did was I drew a circle all the way around, okay? And then I extended it out. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that this piece of fabric goes past that circle right there. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So we're going to just take our fabric, there is a right side and a wrong side, so I want to make sure I get the right side. And we're just going to put a little bit of glue. You see where I put just a little bit of glue, and we're going to just tack that down. Okay, now as we go around, we're going to make a pleat. See that pleat? And all we're going to do is go underneath this pleat and just put a little dab of glue. And we're going to make another pleat. You can make the pleats as big or as small as you want. But the pleating will make this start to curve. And again, we're going to put just a little bit of glue under that pleat. Let me find this. And we're just going to keep pleating this. The wire is going to help keep the pleats in formation. So this is going to be the slowest part of the whole thing. It's just doing this part. And as you can see, I'm making sure that this fabric is inside that circle. Because look what's going to happen. When I put this on, there's our brim for our top hat. And I guess I'm coming out about 1/4 of an inch and then just folding it back. And that's all I'm really doing. I'm just folding it back, and that's causing a pleat. So I'm coming out well, maybe 1/2 an inch actually. And I'm just folding it back, and that's making a pleat. And that's allowing it to make a circle. Again, you don't want to burn your fingers because this is hot. We'll go back later and we'll put some glue right underneath here. So just make sure this is tacked down. Come out about 1/2 an inch. I'm taking my thumb and I'm holding it and I'm bringing in my pleat. Just keep rotating this around, and it will just rotate with you. Like I said, this is probably going to be the longest part of this whole thing, is making this part. And just keep rotating that circle. And as you rotate, you're going to pull this up a little bit and pull and bring your pleat inward. See, let me show you again. See how I'm taking that pleat, I've rotated this, I've got my thumb holding this down. I came out about 1/2 an inch, maybe an inch, probably about 1/2 an inch. And I'm just creasing it right there where my thumb is and bringing it up. So that's causing it to make that circle. And then I'm holding it down with my thumb, and then I'm just going to, or my thumbnail actually. I'm just going to take my old beat up knife and just press down on this. And just keep rotating. Now you don't have to use ribbon to make a top hat. You can use fabric if you want. I chose to use ribbon. If you decide to use fabric, you'll want to measure out a piece of fabric, and you're going to either have to sew your hem right along here or attach some kind of embellishment so it doesn't unravel. So that's, that's up to you. But you don't have to use ribbon. And we're almost back to where we started. So making sure you stay above that pencil line. I have no idea why my dogs are barking. Parker, hush. Almost done. Okay, we are back to where we started. So let me just glue this down, and then I'm going to cut this. And this will be the back side of our hat, so it'll never get seen because it'll be on the back of his head. Let me just clean that seam up. So now I'm going to take my seam. Now here's what you can do. This part right here still has a wire in it. You can leave the wire in or you can pull the wire out. It's strictly up to you. But so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some glue right along here. And I'm just going to tack that down. There we go. So there is our brim. Now, I'm going to come underneath. I'm going to put just a bead of glue. Just pull it back as much as you can. And just run a little bit of glue underneath and pat it down. So now we know this part is the back. So now we want to find our seam for our top hat, which is right here. So we're going to just line this seam up with this seam. And I'm just going to glue it all down. See, there's our seam there, and our seam is right here. And now I'm going to press. And just press on it for a little bit. You want to make sure that this adheres. And get all the glue strings and stuff. Now we're ready to embellish this, and that's going to be the fun part. Now, we're going to cover this with some black felt because we want our hat to have a finished look, especially since it's going to be on the mirror. You might be able to see underneath the hat. So we don't want to have just plain old you know, ugly looking cardboard. So I just have a piece of black felt, and I'm just going to cut a square. Now I am going to cut out the center. So just take that black felt and just lay it right on top. Press that down. Now I'm just going to go in and trim it back. I missed a little piece right there, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a black paint marker I'm just going to color that in. So there is our top hat. So let's just raise this up so you can see what it's going to look like on Mr. Bones. Look at that! Isn't that cute? That is what it's going to look like on him. So now it's time to embellish the hat. So let me just bring this back down. So I want to show you some things that I found. We are done with the ribbon, so I'm just going to save this for later. So at Walmart, in their Halloween, they're already putting out Halloween section. And I found this, and I thought this would be really cute to embellish the hat and maybe his bow tie that's going to go around his neck. So what this is, it's supposed to be like a cuff. Let me see if I can undo it. So see, it's a cuff. But what I'm thinking about doing and this is a ring. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take the ring part off. And secondly, I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it around the hat like that. So I want to find, here's the back. Look at that, that's going to be cool. And I'm just going to take this and I'm going to latch it on, but then I'll put some hot glue on it as well. But I thought that was so cool. And it was only like $3 for the whole thing. So there. So now what I'll do is I'm going to put some hot glue behind here and here. Now this chain, I'm going to leave this chain because I'm going to do something with this chain. I think this chain is kind of cool. Not sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but I'm going to leave that chain off. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of black chenille stem and I'm going to go all the way around the brim. And that's going to finish that edge off. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. I'm going to start in the back. I mean, we're talking very minimal amount of glue is all you need. Go all the way around. And just pull those glue strings. Whoop. And let me just snip that off. Now I'm just going to hold this for just a second. Just getting all these glue strings. I got glue strings everywhere. So here is our top hat. Isn't that cute? Now, I don't know what I'm going to do with this chain yet. I'm going to leave it for now. But the next thing I want to do is I want to cut a circle. I want to cut that hole out. So I'm just going to take my scissors. And the reason why I'm cutting a hole there is I'm going to put a lot of glue in here, and that's going to help adhere it to his head. So you can see the circle. That's going to be filled with glue. And then that will go on his head. And we're going to tilt it just a little bit to give it, you want to give him a little personality, right? So we're going to go ahead and put that glue. I'm just going to press down and hold this for just a second. Making sure there's no glue dripping down his head. I don't know what I'm going to do with this chain. I like it. So right now I'm just kind of thinking about what I want to do with the chain. But I like that cameo. I think that's so cute. Let me just bring this up so you can see it a little better. And there's his hat. Now I'm going to figure out what to do with this chain later, but the next thing I want to do is make his bow tie. Now I'm going to use this cameo to go in the center of his bow tie. So I'm going to snip off, let me bring this back down here. I'm going to snip off just snip that right off, and then I'm going to take the ring part off. And that's pretty easy because these are just, it's just cheap. There. Now I still have a little piece there, but that's okay because I'm going to put a lot of glue on there and that will stick on. No one's going to be able to get their fingers cut. So now I'm going to use the same fabric and use that for my bow tie. So I'm just going to cut a nice clean piece. There we go. And once we get this, all I did, guys, let me show you again. I just took it and I just looped it around. And then I pressed that down. So right there is where this is touch. This is like that, the edge. And I just press that down. And then I'm just going to gather it. And then I can open up the loop. And there's his bow tie. I'm going to come back here and I'm going to cut this off. And I'm going to trim all this back so you won't be able to see any of this. Now, I'm going to take a piece of this black felt. Very thin piece. I want to make sure that bow tie is even on both sides. Look at that. That's going to be a cute bow tie. And then look, this will go in the middle. So, I'm just going to cut that. I'm going to add some glue. I'm going to add some glue on this side. Oops, came apart. Hang on. I'm just going to pinch it between my fingers. This little tab right here is going to get cut off. So there's his bow tie. You can fluff it out. And you see, here's the back. You can see where I brought it around and I just cut that. You won't be able to see that. All this will be glued to his neck bone. So there's his bow tie. So now we're going to add glue to the back of this cameo. We're going to glue that cameo right to the center, and I'm going to turn it upside down, and I'm going to press. And I just take it between my fingers, and I'm going to press the cameo and the fabric. And I'm just going to hold it like that. And then once that is dry, then I'm going to put glue on the back, and we'll glue it to his neck bone. And then all we'll have left to do is start decorating this bottom part. But here is the glove that I found. See, it was $3.98. It's a bracelet with an attached ring with the chain. And it's over in, you know, where you can buy all the little accessories for Halloween, you know, dress up. I think they had like witches and like a lot of gothic kind of stuff, Victorian type of dress wear. They're already putting out costumes, kids costumes, and this was one of the little things that I thought, that's so cute. I really like that. So I was able to use that for my hat and for the bow tie. So there we go. There's our bow tie. Cute. So now the bow tie is going to go right there. How cute. All right, so let's go ahead and put some glue, hot glue on the back, and I'm just putting glue back and forth. Make sure this is going to go on the right way, and I'm going to hold that in place on his neck. I want to make sure that's glued on good. So we're just going to hold that in place for just a few minutes. And then the last thing we're going to do before I end this video is I'm going to show you what I did with the spider webs. So when I was showing you how to attach Mr. Bones and the moss, I was telling you about getting a black paint pen or a Sharpie and draw your spider web. Well, here's what I found. I added this to your supply list, but these are the thick felt spider webs. You get 5 of these. They're all clipped together with a little clear hook. You can get those at Michael's. I've got the there we go. So these are the spider webs, and it's that thick felt, and you get 5 of these. So what I did was I took one of these, and as you can see right here, I went ahead and cut part of it, and I glued that on. So now on the other side, I'm going to put another one, but it's not going to be as big as this one. It's just going to be a smaller piece. And that's going to go right up there. So I just think that looks a lot better than the paint. I mean, I had already painted mine on and I did not like it, so I just scraped it all off. So here's how we're going to put these on. We're going to very thin. You need to go very thin line of glue right along the edge. You don't have to do the whole thing, just these outer edges. Okay, so that's all the glue that I did. Now, we're going to flip this around. Let's see if I can flip this around without burning myself. And we're going to take it and just attach it. Now, if you get any glue strings, like there's some glue strings caught in there, wait till it's dry and get like needle nose pliers or maybe the tip of a knife, and you can just go in and scrape that out. But you'll have to wait till it's dry. And there you go. So you can put as many spider webs on the mirror as you want. I decided just to put 2, and I put the bigger one on this side since I have his hat leaning to the right, and then I put the smaller one here. And we're going to be utilizing the rest of these down in the bottom here as part of the decor. So that is it for now, guys. So we've got his top hat on, his bow tie, and the spider webs. So I'm going to come back here in a little bit and we're going to finish decorating this. And I'm also going to show you how I have it hooked on the back. I did not realize this when I bought the frame or the picture frame, but it's meant to be hung sideways. So there's no hook at the top. So I had to create one. So I'll show you what I did, real super easy, and it is on there really well. So I'll see you guys back here in just a few minutes and we will finish this guy out. All right, bye.